Hey, what it do, world? Welcome to the Winner Circle podcast. I said that this podcast right here was going to be versatile. I said that I will be talking about sports, but I also would talk about real life things because that's the type of person that I am. I can do everything, honestly, but I want to toot my own horn. But we might have already hit the intro. But I want to talk about this situation right here and why it was very avoided. This situation could have been avoided. As everybody know, man, if y'all got a TV, y'all have seen that the missing Philadelphia woman, 23-year-old Kada Scott, the latest, they have confirmed that this young lady was pretty much brutally murdered by 21-year-old Keon King. I want to talk a little bit about it. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I want to just give y'all a breakdown of how we got here and why I feel that this situation could have been avoided if the police would have done their job. But make sure y'all, we about to go in and get there. We about to go in and jump into this thing. Make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. Also, we're about to go in and hit the intro. Coming to you now. Hey, what it do, sports world? It's me again. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, is here, y'all. Where passion meets performance and champions are made. I'm your host, Ray Diggs, bringing you the energy, the insight, and the mindset from across the world of sports. From the locker rooms to the big stage, this is where the real ones talk and legends rise, and the motto stays the same. Winners will always win. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. Make sure y'all tune in because we're about to go live now. Peace. Hey, man, what it do, y'all? Hey, let's talk about the Kada Scott situation. Y'all listen. Now, I normally don't want to talk about this right here on this podcast because a lot of people look at this right here as a sports podcast, but no, it's not. It's a versatile. It's versatile what I do. The Kada Scott situation, the missing 23-year-old Kada Scott went missing on October 4th. She went to work. We're gonna go line by line. She went to work. Somehow she ended up getting a phone call from a friend. They said that he was a DRUG dealer. So she ended up getting a call, and then somehow, she got in the car with him. We don't know whether she was forced or it was willingly. And then next thing you know, this young lady vanished, never seen again. So 3 weeks later, they ended up finding human remains. Now the Philadelphia police said that they went to this area. They took the entire they shut down the entire police academy. So just think about how many police that is. That's about 400 police officers. They shut down the entire police academy and they went out here and searched for this young lady. They didn't find nothing. Now, an anonymous tip came in and said, go back out here. She's there. They went back to the exact same place that they went and searched, and they found human remains from a young lady, and they used DNA and confirmed that it was Kada Scott, 23-year-old Penn State student. Now, this young lady right here worked at a nursing home, a nursing facility. They said pretty much she was working at this facility to pay for college. A very beautiful young lady. I wish I should have brought a picture up of her, but yeah, it's too late now. So 21-year-old Keon King was charged by police because they believed that he was the one who did this because he was the last one they had contact with her. Now I was looking at a video yesterday that was very, very interesting. Keon's friend stayed right behind Kada Scott. Let me repeat that. Keon's friend, which is a female named Gabby, stayed right behind Kada Scott. Did you know what's crazy is Keon Scott's friend called him and asked him, Keon King called his friend and asked her, did she know who Kada Scott was? And did she stay in her neighborhood? And she said, yeah, she stayed behind me. I know her, but I know her little sister because I grew up with her little sister. He hung up. That was it. When she went missing, this same friend said she reached out. She called Keon King and asked him, did you hear about Kada going missing? And he just said, oh, huh? went silent, and hung up. Now, a lot of people online has been asking, why didn't Gabby go to the police and tell them this information? Now, she did not want to go to the police. She said that it was irrelevant because he had already been arrested. But the police still need to know that he was interested in Kada Scott days before she went missing. And see, that's the problem that I got with this, is that women not even protecting women. And on top of that, you saying me and him was friends. I wasn't friends with her, but you've known her sister longer than you've known this dude right here. That's a dealer. Now, from what we're hearing, she smoked a little, she smoked a little weed. Everybody do it. I mean, it's becoming legal legal in every state. So, I'm not gonna hold that against her. Okay, he sold her a little bit of grass every now and then. Cool. So, did you know also that this ain't the first time that Keon King has done this? In December, it was a similar case where he kidnapped his girlfriend, but he let her go. He went to court. They was getting ready to charge him, but the victim did not show up to court, and that is how he went free. So I get it. I commented on somebody's YouTube video, and they came back at me and said, we don't know the situation. You're right. We don't know the situation. But can we say that if she possibly could have went to court, not saying her situation, I don't know her situation, but just thinking, if she would have went to court, that this probably would have been avoided? Could this right here has been avoided? Could he have already been locked up for kidnapping already? But they ended up letting him out because the victim never showed up to court. That was the police chief said. Like, we couldn't prosecute him because the victim never showed up to court. So fast forward to now. Now we're here. Philadelphia police, 400 police officers from the academy goes out here. You don't find nothing. Then you get an anonymous tip. This tip right here, and they said they found her things out here at this middle school in Philly. Then you don't find her though. But then this anonymous tip, and there's been a lot of anonymous tips in this case. And the tips, the things that they're giving is things that you wouldn't know unless you was a part of this crime. So, and I'm hearing now that it was at least 2 to 3 people that actually helped Keon King dispose of this young lady body. Let me just say this right here. Listen, for all my friends that's watching, let me just say this to you. If you do something, I love you to death, but I love you enough to tell you hell to the no, that ain't nobody going to help you move nobody, because I just committed a crime. Now my freedom is at risk. Now I can't get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and fix myself a sandwich. I got to wake up at 2 o'clock and fix myself a spread. No, I'm not going to do that. So don't tell me, because I'm going to tell the police. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a snitch, but I'm a law-abiding citizen. That's what I am. So, but they're saying that it was 3 people possibly in this case that helped dispose of this body, which was Keon King's friends. So and they said that they didn't have no relation because she had a boyfriend. They said actually she was coming off a date with her boyfriend. Her father said that she was rushing. She had just came off a date with her boyfriend, rushing to get to work. And she, changed her clothes, boom, went to work. She got to work. Somehow Keon, get on the phone. And they said she had been telling her family that she was being harassed. They just didn't know by who. So she told her family that she had been harassed. So the family didn't know. I'm pretty sure they were just like, okay, maybe she'll take care of it or whatever. But then when she went to work that night, somehow she come in contact with Keon King again, and he somehow get her into his car, and they drove off, and they never see her again. Now the only reason why they knew where she was, the area where she was possibly at, is because her phone pinged. So that's how they knew. And they just put him to it because he was the last one to talk to her. So that's how we hear. Okay. And like I said, also, They said that they believe that Keon took Keita life. They said that this is what police saying, where the forensics. They saying that they believe that Keon, within 20 minutes of Kada Scott being in his car, he shot her and killed her within that 20-minute time frame of her getting into that car and them driving off. So what I think possibly happened is I think that she didn't want to go. I think she was forced. I think she didn't want to go. I think this dude right here had a surreal. I think that he was obsessed with her, but she probably wasn't obsessed with him. She just wanted to get her, DRUG from him. And he wanted more. And she was probably like, no, I got a boyfriend, And this time, this man just snapped, got into the car, killed her, and then ended up throwing her body. And I think that everybody should be held accountable for this right here. This starting from the top. I'm starting at the top right here. I'm starting with the police force. I can't really blame the person that put the first complaint on it because I just don't know her situation. I seen her on YouTube. I mean, I seen her on TikTok talking, and I'm gonna be honest with you. It kind of made me a little mad. That kind of pissed me off a little bit. But I just don't know her situation. Maybe she feared for her life. Maybe she feared that he would get out and he would come back because there's a video out and you can see him looking like a little stalker. He's actually walking up to her door, walking around her house, looking through her window. That's a little scary right there. And then you can see her, she's recording all of this. She's running around the house telling the kids, hey, lock that door, lock this window. So this right here was really some crazy. This right here was possibly a serial stalker, a serial killer. He had done this before. So he just let his first victim get away. Kada Scott wasn't that lucky. And I just feel like, like I said, she was working at a nursing home. She had been there about 2 weeks. She was helping pay for college. She was going to school at Penn State. And a lot of people saying Keon became jealous and started harassing her, started calling her. That's what I think. And that's what I think happened. I think that he got jealous because he couldn't get her, and he started harassing her. He already had her number because they gave him. I think he got her number by them, him selling her grass. So that's how he got her number. So then he started harassing her, calling her, texting her, and this situation could have been, I'm not saying that they could have found her alive, but I think they could have found her earlier. You want to tell me over a weekend that you have 400 police officers out here and you do not find a body? Then next thing you know, you go back out there a few days later and the body just automatically appear. It makes no sense to me. But it's a crazy world that we live in, y'all. It's a crazy world that we live in. You just never know what people's mindset are. This young lady right here just wanted to go to work. She just wanted to go to work and do what she needed to do to get, to be successful in her young life. And this man come into her life and took her life away from her. You don't have the right to do that. And if the last victim would have went through with it, we don't know if we'll be here. Maybe, maybe not. But we just don't know. But this situation here is sad because this young lady right here had a very bright future. And it's a lot of women, a lot of young women out here that men I'm starting to see are taking their life for no reason. So you need to protect your daughters, protect your kids at any cost. You just need to. And prayers goes out to Kada Scott's family, close friends. But everybody in this situation, everybody in this case need to be held accountable, from the police force all the way down to the perpetrator, the person that did it. And honestly, it's a good thing that they getting him off the street. And before I let y'all go, the biggest thing about this that caught my eyes was this dude is 21 years old. Think about that, y'all. 21 years old, and you're committing this type of crime. So that mean that earlier this year he was like close to he like almost 20. He was like 20 when he committed the last one. And the last young lady said that she met him through a friend, well, through a relative who was buying their grass from him. And the situation that she explained, it was so crazy because he could have did the same thing to her. She was the one that got away. I think that this dude right here thought that he could get away with this. And this wasn't going to be the last time that he did this. This right here was just the beginning. And it's a good thing that it stopped now. I hated that this young lady had to lose her life at 23 years old, life just starting. And she lost her life this early. But hey, man, if y'all, for the listeners, for the viewers, man, make sure y'all, just if you got time, say a quick prayer for the Scott family in Philadelphia, because like I said before, I'm sure that they are going through it, because I know I would, losing my young daughter to a senseless murder, to a senseless thing, that could have been easily avoided. But hey, thank y'all again, man, for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle podcast. I said we were going to become versatile. Hey, I think this right here, podcast right here, was pretty successful. But hey, I'll be on next week, man. It's a couple things that I need to talk about. It's going to be sports wise, but I also want to talk about what's going on in these cities that nobody else is talking about. What's going on in Memphis? Do y'all know Memphis crime is down right now? People are saying that they are so happy that the National Guard is there. Why is their mayor is fighting back then? If your people are saying that they are happy, they can be outside now because they feel safe now in a city like Memphis. Why is the mayor going out of his way to go against the people? Which that's who you're supposed to be working for, is the people, their safety. But I'll let y'all know, man. We'll talk about this next week, man. Make sure y'all tune in to the Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, man. Until next time, peace.